Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hello, hello. All right, good morning, good morning. Testing, testing. Who's excited, guys? All right, so I do believe there's a lot of news this morning. 1 second. Was drinking my morning coffee. Winner's up. Good morning. Beautiful. All right, there is news this morning. Let me see. 1 sec. Keeps opening up the wrong tabs. Forex Factory. All right, so there was a lot of news during London session last night. Euro news, red folders. We had PMI news, flash services, and we have news for the CAD and the USD at 9:45 a.m. Now, not sure. You guys hear me? Wait, give me 1 second. I see that the chat's going crazy. News dropping today. Hella volume today. Good morning. Yeah, there's a lot of volume. So, we did hit take profits in the VIP Sig room last night. We entered a trade during London session. Well, it was pre-London, and then it went to TP1, and then it pretty much went the other way during London session. But we did secure a 1-to-1 risk reward last night during London. And today at 9:45 a.m. we have red folders for the CAD and the US dollar. We have flash manufacturing PMIs and BOC rate statement, policy report. Okay, so we might get a lot of volume or volatility this morning. Coming into NYC session at around 9:30 a.m. So probably 10 a.m. So we might make the stream a little bit longer just so we can kind of see what goes on during this news event and see if we can trade it. Or if not, if we potentially catch a trade before this ever happens, then we'll be good, right? I don't want to overtrade either, right? When I catch big trades where like I get 20, 40, 60 pips, or I get like a 1 to 3 risk reward, there's really no reason to overtrade and trade again. You guys get me? So let's see how the morning goes. But if we can't catch a trade early, then we'll just stay until like 9:45 to see how price reacts to this news event, and see if we can catch a trade after the news. Price is still inside the range. This is a trade that we caught last night where it broke below the trend line that I drew, did a retest, and potentially caught about 20, 25 pips, almost 30 pips, where then it reversed on us. But it still was a successful trade. It hit TP1, and a few of you guys were able to secure partials and secure at least a 1-to-1, right? Those of you that closed at the 1-to-1. Now, I believe price is back inside the range. Let me clear these markups. Wait, let me see. Yeah, price hasn't really moved anything since last night. It pretty much just stayed inside the range and went the opposite way during London session. So I believe we still have the same levels. Let me see. Yeah, same levels to trade off of. No reason to change anything here. Same levels. I'm just gonna delete these target levels because the target levels might change, but the key levels are pretty much the same thing as yesterday. Just gonna remove them here. That could be a target zone if we do break up above 2035. Yeah, I still have the same levels as yesterday. If we break 2035, then we could potentially push up all the way to 2045, and that's a 100 plus pip move. And if we decide to go for sells, let me see. I think the sells are gonna be able. We are gonna change them. Nope, same levels. All right, guys. Weekly time frame. Yeah, weekly time frame, same levels as well. 4 hour. Yep. 4 hour looks clean. Think this could be a potential zone right here where we could take some trades off of. Let me see in the smaller time frames. Yeah, I think we could from 2023, 2020 as a 30 plus pip move. Yeah, that's a good level to sell off of. No need to wait till down here. In fact, this down here could be a target zone for us. Let me see. Yeah, that could be our target zone 2019, 2020 for 30 plus pips or 40 pips if we break 2023. Yeah, that's a super nice level around here. Been respected multiple times here. 1, 2, support, resistance, support. Yeah, it's been a nice level here. Now, if I were to, let me see, buy, then we'll have to break 2035 100%. Which we haven't. We respected twice here, and we had a rejection off of the news event this morning here. So, you know, nothing crazy going on. Let me put some music in the background for you guys. How's everybody's morning doing? Yeah, I mean, the markups look pretty clean. Those are my major levels. We could potentially find some minor levels in the smaller time frames, like the 30-minute. If we dive down into the 30-minute, then oh, look how clean the 30-minute looks, guys. You know, been respected multiple times as a resistance, and this support also has been respected multiple times. So I think those are the major levels 100%. You know, this bullish level is above both SMAs and the bearish level is below both SMAs. So it does look like a very, very nice major levels, right? Now, if we dive into the smaller time frames, where can we find the minor levels to take potential scalp positions? Well, doesn't look very nice for scalps because, you know, this could kind of be a level. Let me see, this one right here. But again, if we go into the smaller time frames from 2031 to 20, I mean, there's too much, you know, too many things going on here where price could, yeah, it could break it, but then it can get stuck around one of these targets here and then, you know, not potentially not give us a full move. You guys get me? Let me see what the chat say. I can't read it. Good morning, Spanglish. You want me to speak Spanish as well in the live stream? I got you. So, los niveles que estoy buscando para comprar es 20.36. Si el precio rompe por arriba de 20.35, 20.36, ese es nuestro nivel para comprar. Si el mercado rompe ese nivel. Y para las ventas, el nivel que estoy buscando para vender es este que está aquí abajo, 2022, 2023. Si el precio rompe ese nivel y la vela también cierra por debajo de ese nivel, entonces vamos a vender. Esos son los dos niveles que estoy buscando para comprar y vender. Y ahora en las temporalidades bajitas estoy buscando ahora los niveles chiquitos para poder hacer operaciones de scalping. So, este es un nivel que tengo en cuenta ahora mismo, 2031. Trades, si rompe 2031 para abajo, fuera un trade arriesgoso, pero posiblemente puede valer la pena. Ahora lo que estoy viendo es si el precio decide romper uno de esos niveles. Pero overall el mercado está en un rango. Solamente estamos esperando que rompa por una de las dos direcciones. hacia arriba o hacia debajo. Yeah, I do believe this could be a potential nice level where we can sell off of. Can potentially give us a 20 pip move at least. I know you don't trade EU, but thoughts on Euro USD? Let's look at Euro USD. Let's see what's going on. Looks bullish to me. If EU breaks this level, it's for sure gonna be bullish. It looks pretty obvious here. You know, price in EU was in a pretty big range here for how many days? Yeah, for multiple days. And you know, here with the top down analysis, you know, let me see the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame, it's EU is one of those pairs that I believe it's always rangy, but more bearish than bullish, right? I don't trade EU, but I've looked at it before. I have multiple students that trade it. It's always been one of those pairs that ranges a lot, but it's always ending up to be more bearish and bullish, right? But what we can see here is that it keeps creating new highs every single time, right? You know, right now it's currently playing up inside both SMAs, the 50 and the 8. But if you can tell here, we pretty much kind of look like we're pushing up, and we keep breaking new highs every single time. So if we go into the daily time frame, we can also see that for the day, it is pretty bullish. This big bullish candle is pretty much engulfing the previous candles here, and it's currently trying to break these highs, these small highs that we can see here, right? This candle is trying to break this one. If this candle decides to break above, you know, this resistance key level that I drew up here, or I marked up here, then we could potentially target, you know, these areas up here, and we could potentially say that at least for the day, Euro USD will be bullish, right? If we go to the 4-hour time frame, you know, that's what it's currently trying to do. It's trying to break this level of 109 100, 109 150, right? It's a very strong level, and it's a very nice area to buy off of if you're trading Euro USD. It's currently trying to break that level. It's been a support multiple times, and it's also been a resistance multiple times. If it decides to break that level, then the levels that we can target is this one right here, which, you know, could potentially be a pretty big move. Anticipating that Euro USD will break that level. Now, if it does not break 109 150, then it will come back into this range, and it'll start raging again, and then you'll have to look for the sells. But if I were to trade Euro USD, that's what I would be looking for. I would be looking to trade a breakout off of this previous range down here, and we would have to break, you know, this major key level here. That's currently what I would look for if I were to trade Euro USD. As you can see, you know, 1-hour time frame, you look how big this previous range was. You know, a breakout off of that range means a lot for the Euro USD, especially since we do have a lot of Euro USD news going on currently, right? But so yeah, breakout off of 109 150 would be a very nice level to buy EU. Now, I don't trade EU, but it looks super clean, and it's something that if I were to trade it, I would do it. You know, that looks like a very nice buy. You know, let's try to break it. Let's go back to gold. Gold's inside this range again. If there's ever any pair that you guys want me to look at, even though I don't trade it, you know, you guys can let me know and I'll look at them for you. I think 2030 would be a safe sell zone. Check it out and let me know. 2030 for gold. All right, thanks. All right, for gold, 2030 safe sells. I'd rather take the sells off of 2032. Yeah, I'd rather take the sells off of 2032 instead. By the time the market, if it breaks 2032, by the time it breaks 2032 and goes to 2030, I'm already hitting TP while you're probably entering the trade. You get me? It's about trying to find that perfect level when you're going for the scalps. Because if you wait too much for the price to go to 2030, what if it just decides, yeah, to go to 2030, but then it reverses on you and then it hits your stops? You get me? I feel like 2032 is the safest level where we could potentially take a risky trade. I don't know if that makes sense. But regardless, anything inside this big range here is going to be a risky trade, right? Anything inside this, you know, this huge range that we see here is going to be risky, right? Why? Because it's inside both of these major levels. So anything inside it will be risky, but I think the safest risk would be 2032, right? Because it's been at least the level that's closest to price, and it's also been a support multiple times where we can see that price has, you know, rejected and respected in many occasions. Can you look at DXY? I want to see how you do the analysis on it, cause I know it can't be helpful with knowing gold direction. Yeah, so I always do the inverse correlation method with gold and the DXY, because the DXY is the currency that has the best inverse correlation with gold. Because if, as you can see, you know, gold, you know, it's pretty rangy right now. We've tracked price inside a range. So what can we anticipate for the dollar? It's probably rangy as well, right? Let's see. Or no, it's not. You know, it's actually bearish. So what can we expect from this? Well, it's bearish, broke these levels. We can expect that gold is most likely gonna be bullish today. And if it decides to be bullish, we already know it's gonna break this 2035 level or this 2036 level, right? Because let me go to 30-minute time frame. This 2036 level is pretty much the equivalent of this 103 level on the DXY. Just the DXY already did the move first, from what we can see here, right? DXY and gold, like I said, 90%, 95% of the time are always doing the same thing, just the opposite, inverse. That's why we call it an inverse correlation. We got the breakout on the DXY. Market's pushing down. We should see gold doing that breakout soon, where market will be pushing up. Sometimes, you know, for example, in this case, it's not doing 100% the same thing, right? Because from what I see, dollar actually got ahead of the gold today. But if you've been in my live streams previously, you can see that most of the time, if not all of the live streams, DXY and gold are almost moving at the same pace and identically, right? Just obviously the opposite. Dollar's pushing up, gold's pushing down, or gold's pushing up and dollar's pushing down. Most of the time, they're always doing the opposite thing, but like you can tell that it's like the same range. It's just like an inverted chart. Today, it's not the case. Today, from what I see, is that DXY or dollar actually moved first than gold. And gold hasn't done its move yet. But from this comparison that we just did, we can also tell that, you know, more than likely, gold's going to be doing the same thing, just the opposite. Dollar broke down, extremely bearish, right? We just broke a pretty big range on the dollar towards the downside. What can we anticipate from gold? Well, it's probably going to break that same big range, but towards the upside. Those are the types of comparisons that I do when it comes to inverse correlations. I don't compare I don't compare gold with any other currency, because for me it's a waste of time. I like simplicity. I feel like the DXY is the best comparison that you can do with gold. There's nothing else that you should compare it to. You could compare it to, I see people compare it to with EU, with other pairs like EU, indices. There's no point, right? I feel like with just DXY, you can do the comparison and you can keep on with your analysis and move on with the other technical analysis, fundamental, and all the other things you do, right? Still inside the range is 905. We should get a 15-minute candle in like 10 minutes. Hopefully, we can get some type of breakout. From what I just saw in DXY, I would feel safer taking the buys. Pretty risky taking sells, especially after what we just saw in the dollar, right? Knowing that the dollar moves in the opposite direction as gold, taking sells on gold at the same direction with the dollar is pretty dangerous, right? So, I'm having second doubts on taking sells below 2032 now. From what we just saw, that could be a potential fake out zone to fake out a lot of people who are getting impatient. So let's just see. Let's wait. Awesome, thank you. You're welcome. Guys, like up the live stream. Like up the live stream so we can get more viewers up in here. Get more people with profits. Guys, I also might rename the YouTube channel to, instead of TP Kev, which is what it is now, to Take Profit Academy, which is the company or the brand. So if you do see those type of changes, don't worry, or don't get lost. It's still me. It's still the same account, just rebranded from personal to business, right? It's gonna be Take Profit Academy. Might do that, after the live stream or later on today. So would you say 2030 is a safe sell zone now? 2030? I mean, it's closer to the sell zone, the major sell zone that we want to take sells off of, right? But I still wouldn't consider it a sell. Look, why do you consider 2030 a sell zone? Comment on that. Why do you consider 2030 a sell zone? All I can see here is it's been respected once here as a support and once here as a resistance. 30-minute time frame. 1, 2. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's been respected multiple times. Hey, if you want to take sells off of there, take the sells off of there. But personally, I think I'd rather take the sells off of 2032 to target 2030. Let's see what price does. It's currently trying to break 2032. Let's see if it hits 2030, right? And by the time it hits 2030, let's see what it does. At the end of the day, I'm not a wizard. I don't predict what the market does. All I can do is mark up my chart the way I mark it up and trade, right? React to price. Are the people in your VIP getting those Zoom calls? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I did announce that I was going to do Zoom calls every week for the VIP students. Thinking about doing those Zoom calls starting potentially next week on Wednesdays. If you're in the VIP and you're in the live stream, let me know what you guys think of Wednesdays. Somewhere probably at 11 a.m., which is a really good time to trade as well, since we're pretty much still in New York. If you're in the VIP and you're in the live stream right now, what do you guys think about Wednesdays 11 a.m. for an hour? Red folder news coming in about 30 plus minutes. Yes, sir, I know. I looked at bigger time frames like 1 hour and 4 hour, but 2030 is a valid zone as well. Yeah, I mean, 2030 is not an ugly zone, right? It's still inside the range, which is, at the end of the day, it's just a pretty big range with little areas inside, like minor levels inside. It's not an ugly level. I just looked at it. Yeah, it's not an ugly level. But the problem with that level is this. Look, okay, there's a potential minor level at 2030, but then what's this here? At 2029. Price could get stuck around this very, very minor level here, or minor resistance here, where it will potentially, break 2030. And since it's such a small level, it doesn't have the strength to keep breaking and breaking other levels. So by the time it hits 2029, which is only 10 pips away, it's not going to give you the full trade. It's going to struggle to break that target zone and continue pushing down. You got what I'm saying? And that's something that I've experienced before in the past when trading off of these very, very small levels, where you think you're going to win a trade because you just got off of a breakout off of a little level that you saw. But then the target zone, it's either too far away where it doesn't have the strength to push that far, or it's so close that it doesn't have the strength to either break that level as well. So it just gets stuck inside the consolidation and just forms new levels, and it's just a mess, right? So that's why, like I told you guys, I try to avoid the small time frames most of the time, and not trade them. I rather trade off of major levels, of course, if they were closer to me. But look how far those major levels are today, right? They're they're literally the sell zone is the safe sell zone is 100 pips away, and the safe buy zone is like 50 pips away, right? They're pretty far away from me. Yeah, I see what you mean now, man. More sense to sell off of 2032. Yeah, of course. If you're gonna trade a risky trade, might as well just trade the closest level to you, where the risk reward can make sense, right? Not don't wait till 2030, where you can miss the chance of, getting this as your profit level instead of drawdown zone. You get what I'm saying? Since price does move from zone to zone, exactly. If we're gonna break 2032, and regardless, both of them are in risky zones, might just take the closest risky zone, where if price does move to zone, you can at least target this area. That's gonna be your take profit. You get me? At the end of the day, you're trading both. You're trading two risky zones, right? I'd rather trade the closest one, where the risk reward could make a little more sense, and on top of that, this area could play out as my profit area instead of my drawdown area, if that makes sense to you, right? It's all about probabilities, guys. There's a higher probability of price breaking this level to break this one than waiting for price to come to this level, break this level, and then where are you even gonna pay your trade profits? You get me? You gotta think about those things, right? The possible outcomes and also the consequences. Because if we do hit 2030 and we decide to get into drawdown, this potential zone could have been your profit area if you would have entered up here. But no, since you entered down here, now it's gonna be your drawdown area. You get me? So, you gotta take those type of things into account. But you'll develop those type of reflex and those types of an analysis, as time progresses as well. $30M time frame. It's 9:12. We're 3 minutes. We got a breakout. I'm not in any trade yet, guys, but potential trades below 2032. To target 2030. Nice little trade down here. Not in the trade yet, guys. Patience. Now, if we decide to take this trade, yes, it is going to be risky, so be careful taking those trades. Yeah, we will be counter trend trading if we decide to, get into that trade, since obviously price has been pushing up every single time. I'm gonna update my signal room real quick. I sent out a buy stop order on my VIP signal room above 2036. That can play out later today. What was stop loss? At least 1 to 1, bro. 2030, 2034 could be stops. I'm not in a trade yet. I'm not in a trade yet. Good morning. Good morning. For us to enter this risky sell, we have to get a breakout off of 2032, which 9:15 candle just closed, and we closed inside the range. So it doesn't look like we are gonna push down. If you have a buy stop and it hasn't hit before you, so do you close that position or let it keep running? Depends on how the market looks. If we're like super away from price and it looks like we're not gonna break it, I'll just delete it. But if we're like let's say 5-10 pips away and it looks like we're about to tap into it, I just let it see what ends up happening and see if it does, you know, tap it or not. And if we start going towards, you know, that 2-3 p.m. time where we're already entering Asia, I'd rather just get out. I don't trade Asia, so I'd rather just get out of the trade. Just close it. If we got into it already and we're already in the trade, let's say we're in profits, I'll close the trade because I don't trade Asia. And if it hasn't tapped yet and we're still, like, let's say inside this range during Asia session, then I'll just delete the pending order. And then see what ends up happening before London, like during pre-London, where I know that the London volume is gonna kick in, and then I'll probably send something out. It looks like we're not gonna get this break off of 2032 from what I see. Looks like we're just gonna keep pushing up. Also, if you guys are in my VIP signal room and you're in the live stream, what do you guys want me to do since I did say that we were gonna do the calls on Wednesdays, right? Should we wait till next week to do the call, or would you want me to do it today at 11 a.m.? What do you guys want me to start it today? See, dollar's melting. Don't know why gold's not pushing up. Guys, I'll be right back. Give me just a few minutes. I'll be back before 9:30. I'm just gonna take like a little 5-minute. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay, so I've noticed that at 9:30, gold is going to push up. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully. I believe that's what it's probably gonna do. There is news at 9:45. So, like Nico said, before news hits, there's always a manipulation towards the opposite side. There's always a manipulation towards the opposite side when news hits. So, a few minutes before, you usually get volume or volatility on the opposite direction. That's to stop traders out or people who have the limit orders or the stop orders. The news does it to stop them out, manipulate them out, grab liquidity, gain strength, and then push the opposite direction, which is the direction that it initially wanted to go. Just to catch stop losses and fake people out. At the end of the day, the market doesn't. Okay, so the market doesn't know obviously where the stop losses are, And it's going into to fake people out, because the market, like I said, it's not an emotional thing. It doesn't have emotions. It doesn't know where people have their orders. It just moves off of liquidity. The market moves looking for and trying to find liquidity. So obviously, if the market's intention is to push up, it's also, before it pushes up, it needs the liquidity to gain that strength to be able to, you know, push up with a lot of strength. So where does it have to go to grab this liquidity? Well, it's gonna push a little bit down to grab liquidity, because it usually, before news events, usually people put a bunch of stop orders and limit orders in, like breakout traders like us, for example. We put orders in both sides expecting to catch a breakout off of, you know, both levels. So what the market does before news is it goes the opposite way to grab, and, you know, all those orders that are below it, right? For example, a lot of people have their sell stops, sell limits, you know, below a price. Market hits 5 minutes before news, it comes down, you know, activates all those orders, then literally pushes back up, grabs all the liquidity, stops all those people out, and then now it has the strength to go where it originally wants to go, which is, for example, up. And now it just, you know, just pushes up. That's why the market does that. At the end of the day, the market doesn't know, obviously, where the stop losses are, or where the orders are. The markets don't have emotions. It just moves from zone to zone looking for liquidity. And if the only option for it to find liquidity is below price, then it's gonna shoot below price to grab that little liquidity that there is, so that it can then have strength to push up. If that's the case, would it be safe to not trade 5 minutes before news hit? Yeah, I would avoid it. I don't trade during news, right? I don't trade during news. Now, if there is a breakout, right, 5 minutes before that news event hits, and it's a breakout off of a major level, I would trade it, just with risking less than 1%. I wouldn't risk more than 1%, because I know that it's still, even if we broke a major level, it's still a risky trade, because we are trading during a news event. So I'm not gonna risk more than 1% if I do decide to take one of those trades. And I trade, of course, either before news or after news. I usually tend to stay away from inside news events. I don't like trading while we're in news. And if you're trading 5 minutes before news, then you're probably looking at the 5 minute time frame, right, for the breakout. Do we trade 5 minute time frames, or do we not trade them? I don't trade 5 minutes, right? So yeah, it's gonna be super risky. The probabilities of you winning that trade are very, very low. Would you be able to explain how that zone at 2032, 870, not a buy opportunity? Yes, I am a new sub and new to Forex. Okay, well, why is 2032 not a buy opportunity? Can some of the viewers who have been here before explain to him why do I not see a buy and why I see a sell? How long does the news last? If we had news at 9:30, how long? No, so the news is at 9:45. It's not at 9:30. Just 9:30 is an important time to look at because NYSE open, it's Wall Street open, so we can expect a lot of volatility. And 9:30 is 15 minutes before news. So like Nico said, there could be some type of volatility or false movements at 9:30, usually in the opposite direction of the news because they want to stop people out and grab liquidity. And can someone explain to Adrian So Fresh why we're looking for sells and not for buys? If not, it's okay, I'll explain it to him. You know, if you guys have any questions, you guys can always ask, you know. 2032 is a resistance support level. Wait, they deleted it. The reason why we sell, Adrian, below 2032 is because that's a level that's below price. Why would we want to buy, right? As traders, we don't predict where price is going, right? Because if you were to buy at 2032, then you would just predict that price would push up because we're at a lower stage in the market. But that's just unfortunately not how the market moves. The market could keep on pushing down as how many points or pips as it wants, and it could push up as many points and pips as it wants as well. So if price is currently, we're traders, right? We're not investors. Investors are the ones that, wait for price to push down so they can buy off of a better price. We're not doing that. Those people are trading long term. So they're holding their positions for days and weeks and months, right? Obviously, you would want to catch a trade off of, a low area in the market to buy. But as traders, we're trading in a very short time period. So, in that short time period, what we have to do is react to wherever the price is going. So if price is currently melting, right, and it taps into 2032 with all this bearish momentum, why would we buy? Right? We're just gonna get stopped out. It's gonna keep on melting. Right? So we react to wherever price is going, right? If we decide to break 2032, it's because we're melting. And we already also understand here that price moves from zone to zone. So if we broke a bearish zone of 2032, then we can already expect price to push and move into the next bearish zone, which is, for example, 2030. That's the best explanation that I can give you on why I would sell here and not buy here. We're traders, we're short-term traders. We're scalpers and day traders. We're not swing traders. We're not investors. We're not buying a stock and holding it till next year, right? We're just trading this in 10, 15 minutes. So what we can do here is react to wherever price is going, on live time. And that same mindset of why they, that same question that you asked, a lot of people, get it confused because they buy low when they shouldn't be, or they sell high when they shouldn't be. Guys, it looks like we're trying to break that 2032 level. Damn, we're at 9:30. Remember what I said about the fake move, guys? So just be patient here. I don't want to take any impulse, especially since it's a risky area. I want to get a clean breakout below 2032. But it does look like we're melting, guys. Oh my god. And who was the person that wanted to sell off 2030 again? Look at where price is right now. Look at that. It's melting. Adrian, look at what happened. Look at what would have happened if you would have bought at 2032. You would have been 10 pips in drawdown right now. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna have my notes on. Do you trade every day? Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Sorry, just saw it. It was all caps. Have to go to work. I'll be tomorrow night. It's all good, man. Appreciate you for hopping on. And trade safe. I'm assuming dollar's pushing up now. Hey, it's so weird today, right? Well, yeah, it is pushing up. 15 minute, 15 minute. It looks like we're going against the trend. I'll take a quick sell if price looks promising. Be careful, man. We need a breakout below 2032. Now, again, we are counter trend trading, and this also could be a fake move, right? We don't have a breakout yet, so just wait those 15 minutes. And the next 15-minute candle, I believe, is 9:45, which is also news. So be very, very careful, man. Exactly. It almost hit that 2030 level. With all that volume, I don't like getting in without some type of candle closure. Exactly. That's just manipulation to get impatient traders. Notice how I didn't, I didn't react to it. I didn't get into the trade. You gotta have some patience because it looked like we were gonna get a breakout. It looked like we were gonna melt, and then look at what happened. It just melted back. It just pushed back up. So be careful. No breakout candle with no closure. No trade. Bro, I don't know about trading. I want to learn. Give me some advice. I do one-on-one mentorships. You can check out the description below where I go in full depth on how I trade. I also set up a trading plan for you, and I send you over 50 plus videos of my pre-recorded course where I explain trading from zero to my complete strategy. It's hard to just explain from zero now in the live streams since there's a lot to trading. It's not just a few words. But check out in my description below I don't recommend taking signals yet. I'd say at least learn some of the basics before taking signals. So what I would recommend to you is my one-on-one course where I sit down with you on a Zoom call and help you set up a trading plan, explain to you everything one by one. DXY looks like it might retest the 102.745 level. $102.745, bro. It's never even touched that. You mean? I think it could retest 102.800, 850. Let's get 30 viewers on the live stream. We're currently at 27 right now. We need 3 more. But yeah, look, price is melted. But again, it is very dangerous, right? Because if you did enter at 2032, we were in some drawdown as well, so it would have been a very dangerous trade. Check in the 1 hour. Too far down, man. 745. Too far back. Too far back. Oh, this level down here. Yeah, 745. It could. That's what it's probably looking for. There's probably some liquidity left down there, and that's where it's trying to go. Yeah, potentially. Could happen. Could happen. There's always a possibility. I wasn't in this trade yet. I wasn't in this trade, guys, because we didn't get a candle closure. But look how it melted beautifully, right? Poor Adrian that wanted to buy above 2032. Stops would have been hit for him. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. We didn't enter this trade. Don't enter. Don't enter, guys. I'm not entering this. But imagine they would have taken that sell that we wanted to at 2032. We would have hit all TPs. The sell stop in the VIP, they did get triggered in though. I didn't get into the trade though because we didn't get a candle closure. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, what is happening? And notice how we're not even in news yet. News is at 9:45. Guys, patience, because you know we're not in any trade here. I'm punching the air right now. Patience is key though. Bro, there's gonna be millions of opportunities like this later on in the future, right? Don't stress it. I didn't enter a trade either. We didn't get a candle closure, so who knows if it would have gone the opposite side, right? There was literally no confirmation for this. And the reason why I didn't take an impulse position is because it wasn't a major level that we were breaking. It was simply just a very small minor level that was very risky as well. So yeah, no reason to get hurt over this. Since the market's playing with your feelings. Now if you did have a sell stop, you did get triggered into the trade and you were able to benefit off of this, hopefully. News in 4 minutes. Where is it? Where is it going? I have no idea where it's going, guys. It's still inside the big range. You guys think it's gonna hit our sell level? I wasn't in the trade, guys, but those who were in sell stops did get triggered into the trade. I personally wasn't because I was waiting for a candle closure, so I did not get into this trade. It's okay though, you know. I feel like this full manipulation. I don't really think we're going to trade it. News in 1 minute. Might just skyrocket right now. I don't know, man. There's a lot of bearish momentum for some reason now, right? If the DXY breaks this level, oh my god, what's happening with gold? It's melting. I said if the DXY breaks this level, the moment I mark it up, just teleports up there. Yeah, it's gonna melt. Look at this. Yeah, stay away from this, guys. Stay away from this. You don't want to risk your hard-earned capital on this right now. Stay away from the markets. No, absolutely no reason to trade that. You know, not only do I help you guys make money in these live streams, but I also teach you guys how to have patience and how to have discipline. And trades like this are the reason why a lot of you guys blow your accounts. A lot of you guys blow your accounts and lose money because you guys enter on trades like this. I personally do not operate in these conditions. Like I said, we're literally doing news, so I'm not trading this. Super bearish, all green on the news. Yeah. Congrats to the US economy. The dollar's pushing up, but poor gold. Trades like that though are the reason why a lot of you guys blow accounts. So stay away from them. And don't hop into FOMO. Don't get into them. There's no reason to. Bro, this is so funny to me. The market and news can literally slap you in the face no matter how confident you are in your analysis. I mean, it's part of your analysis, right? Analyzing these type of things is part of your analysis. You should already know that you should not be trading exactly during news event, right? And I told you, you know, there was no breakout candle, no closure, nothing. It just decided to just push down, right? We knew there was news coming out. We had no type of confirmation for this. It was pretty much just a gamble. At this point, you know, if you're trading those type of news events, you're gambling, right? Because you're either saying, okay, I think it's gonna push down, so let's go for a sell. Or I think it's gonna push up, let's go for a buy. It's literally gambling, right? So there's no reason why you should be trading those. You have no type of analysis, no confluence, no strategy backing up your trade. At that point, you're gambling, right? Might as well just go to a casino and bet it all on black. So, yeah, even though it melted and probably would have hit all of our TPs, it melted 80 plus pips. I did not enter that trade. Yeah, because the VIP entered on sell stops. Yeah, the VIP entered on sell stops. I sent out a sell stop, but I personally I don't trade like that. I only take closures. So, I mean, for those that were not on the stream and were able to get on those sell stops, congrats. But as again, you know, I missed out on the trade. I didn't enter on it. I had no confirmation. It's all good, brother. You know a way to fix your mindset? Go into the markets, mark up your charts, and try to look for a perfect trade. And when you get all your confluences on entering that perfect trade, don't enter it. And look at the markets. Force yourself to get comfortable missing out on trades that you know that could have gone your favor. Do that, practice that multiple times, and you're gonna see that you're gonna become emotionless. You're not gonna care if the market pushes in your direction or not. That's how I see it. You know, it literally just pushed 80 plus pips in my direction, and I didn't care. VIP chat eating bougie this weekend. Yeah, VIP chat is on fire this week. I mean, last week we caught 200 plus pips. We caught 100 plus pip moves, and then it caught 80 pips with this trade. And I believe last night we caught like 40 pips as well. So, yeah. Exactly, no FOMO. We live trade another day. Simple. We live trade every Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. No reason to FOMO into this, right? But yeah, guys, practice that. It's something that has helped me a lot become emotionless, right? Mark up a chart, and when you see that you have all of your confluences and all of your points indicating to go into a trade, hold yourself from entering that trade, even though you know you could have won. That's gonna literally help you like not have FOMO ever in your life. It's helped me a lot. You know, I've had days where I have all of my confluences and I just don't enter the trade because I want to have self-control. I know that I'm going to win a trade, but I'm going to have self-control. I'm not going to enter the trade, right? Why would my emotions dictate where where I'm going to press a button and buy or sell? No, I'm going to not have emotions, not press the button, and, you know, just see the chart go up and down. There's no reason to let your emotions dictate you or control you, right? But yeah, guys, lots of manipulation today. No trades have been called out during the live stream. It's pretty much just been a psychology, mindset, educational class. We're already 5 minutes after news. I want to see what ends up happening after. Are we gonna break 2033 or what? I know you trade from 8:30 to 11 a.m. But if during the day you have a major level break, would you get even if it's like 1 p.m.? Imagine you know there's when there is a break. So 1 p.m. is still considered New York session. So yeah, I would get a breakout closure at 1 p.m. I would also send a signal as well. I would enter at 1 p.m. I would just try to avoid it. Anytime after 3 p.m. I would avoid. 3 p.m. the spreads are insane. 6 p.m. Asia, yeah, it's terrible. If we get a breakout during at 6 p.m., which is literally Asia, I wouldn't trade it. Because I know that more than likely it's going to be a fake out. The probabilities of you actually winning that trade are going to be much lower. So I don't trade it. I only trade, man, 2-3 times a week. I don't trade much anymore. Sometimes less is a lot more. But yeah, it literally melted and hit all of our TPs if we would have entered this trade. VIP chat is eating tomahawk steaks this weekend. While the VIP eats steak this weekend, we're gonna be eating ramen on the live streams. Nah, I'm playing, guys. We'll catch something tomorrow or on Thursday. I want to see how the 10 a.m. candle closes. Like, I want to see how this candle closes. Like, I'm actually very curious. Why do I feel like it might just buy up after and keep staying within the range? That's what I think it's gonna do too, bro. I think that what it's gonna do, it's gonna tap this level here, which is our safe sell, and then it's gonna come back and push back into a range. I also believe it's gonna do that. I've seen it happen multiple times, and I've seen this scenario happening in my 5 years of trading experience. I think that there is a possibility that it could do that, so just be careful. You can't let what you feel dictate your trading, but I've seen that scenario happening as well. So, you know, even if that doesn't happen, you know, there shouldn't be any reason why you should go into a trade. There's really no trade. We'll have to wait another 15 minutes for it to break this level and then enter. So there's a possibility that could happen. I've seen it happen before, so. Three minutes for 15-minute and 30-minute candle, and the 1 hour candle closure as well. If this 1 hour candle does break 2023, then I don't know how I feel about the sells. What high school did you go to? I'm from Miami. I went to 2 high schools. I went to Goldman and I went to Hialeah Gardens. $2023. Yeah. I don't know about hopping on this trade. It's also 10 a.m. I don't know. It's sketchy. Might just push up. One minute, guys. We don't get a candle closure here, you don't forget about it. We're not going into any trades. But notice how the wick literally stopped right at exactly where our level is. It's not a coincidence, guys. It's that our markups are where they're supposed to be. Terrible candle closure inside the range, just like Nico predicted. Inside the range it is. No reason to trade, guys. If we would have gotten a breakout below 2023, then yeah, we could have probably got into a small position, 0.5, 1% risk. but there's no reason to keep on trading this morning. Very ugly market. I mean, the VIP ate because they were in sell stop orders. Us breakout candle closure traders couldn't do anything because we obviously couldn't catch a breakout off of 2024, right? So overall, break even day in the live stream again. To me, that's a win. You know, in a market where 90% of traders are losing, us being break even is good, right, guys? So I appreciate all of you guys who joined the live stream. Thank you so much for the support, for trading with me. And for those of you guys that are new, my live stream schedule is Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at the same time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern till probably 10 a.m., like an hour and a half of live streaming. I live trade gold. And if you guys want to catch more of my trades throughout the day, make sure to join the VIP signals in the description below. If you guys want one-on-one mentorship, link in the description below as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's go.